Morning Indiana, working for you.
It's 5 o'clock here on your Friday. Good morning to you. I'm Lauren Casey. Here's what's making headlines on this May the 1st. Governor Holcomb is expected to announce an update on Indiana's stay-at-home order, but an extension has already been made for Marion County. How much longer those restrictions will last and the businesses that are now exempt. Doctors are starting to learn more about some serious COVID-19 complications in adults. The age group they say is more at risk for stroke if they get the virus. And Hancock County farmer says business is booming as national retailers deal with a meat shortage. What he says he's doing to keep up with demand. But before we get to our top stories on this Friday, we want to thank you for joining us. I'm Lauren Casey. Todd Clausen working from home again today. And Todd, we have a great Friday forecast. I'm looking forward to getting out of here at the lunch hour and going outside.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be out and about today, especially after yesterday when we were dealing with those cold and cloudy conditions across the area. Definitely didn't feel like the end of April. So what do you need to grab before you go today? Well, the picture says it all, and that is the sunglasses, because we will have a lot of sunshine from start to finish here throughout the day today. You can tuck the umbrella away for a little while here, and then make sure you put the sunscreen on. Sometimes with these cooler temperatures, you forget that the sun's getting stronger still. This time of year, you can easily get a sunburn, and you'll definitely need the jacket this morning across the area with temperatures that are chilly. We're in the 30s and 40s, but with sunshine, as soon as the sun comes up today, our temperatures will start to warm very, very quickly, and that's going to result in highs eventually being up in the low 60s. Here's the cloud cover right now. It's just on the far eastern side of the state. Otherwise, there is a lot of clear skies off to our west, and that is going to be heading in our direction throughout the day today. So your temperature trend, look at the big jump going from 46 at 9 a.m. to 57 by the noon hour. Then high temperatures today, Lauren, anywhere between 65 and 70 degrees across the entire area.
All right, that sounds pretty good, Todd. Thank you so much. Here's a look right now at traffic. If you're heading out the door early on this Friday, good morning to you in Fishers. Here's I-69 near 106th Street. Traffic, as you can see, is traveling up to speed, both northbound and southbound. No issues. Well, today, Governor Eric Holcomb will update Hoosiers on his plans for Indiana's stay-at-home order. That order is expected to expire tonight, but Marion County's restrictions will continue in the coming weeks. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett and the director of Marion County Public Health Department announcing they're extending the local order through May 15th. Mayor Hogsett says that the city faces added challenges to stopping the spread of COVID-19 because it's home to so many large attractions and a dense population. The mayor and Governor Holcomb say they have each other's support in this, and there are a couple of exceptions to Marion County's stay-at-home order. The health department says golf courses can reopen if they follow proper social distancing and sanitizing practices, and farmers markets can also open if they follow social distancing standards. Marion County has the highest number of COVID-19 cases in our state, with 5,530 reported. More than 17,800 have been confirmed across the state of Indiana. The Indiana State Department of Health recorded 44 new deaths, bringing the total number of deaths in the state to more than 1,000. Well, as doctors learn more about the way COVID-19 impacts different age groups, there are new reports that suggest that people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s could be at higher risk of having a stroke if they contract coronavirus, even if their symptoms are not severe. Experts say that they're still trying to figure out why this is happening, but some think the virus is causing blood clots and they block or narrow blood vessels. A local neurologist tells us that you should know the acronym FAST, which describes the symptoms of a stroke.
Facial asymmetry, arm weakness, slurred speech, and then if you have that, the T stands for it's time to call 911.
Well, Dr. Josephson says it is important to get to a hospital as quickly as possible if you're having a stroke to prevent lifelong damage to your body or death. At 5:04, the governor is expected to announce plans on the beginning stages of reopening the state later today. And as businesses start to rebound, a Hancock County farmer is hoping that folks will continue to shop local. Our Kelsey Anderson is joining us live this morning from Greenfield with that story. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Lauren. So here at Tyner Pond Farm, their sales are up 5 times of what they were this time last year. And owner Chris Baggett says that's because people are starting to buy in to shopping online and shopping local. With more than 600 animals on the farm, Tyner Pond Farm can usually keep up with their demand. But now with large meat productions closing temporarily and the grocery stores looking bare, Chris Baggett says they are having to partner with other local farmers just to stock their shelves.
Right now, the demand is more than we can handle by ourselves, and we've built a network over time with like-minded farmers. You know, pasture-raised, no antibiotics, no drugs of any kind, animals raised outdoors.
Baggett says they only take animals into process once a week, so they might not always have the cut of meat you're looking for. He suggests either being patient or trying a new cut of meat you may not be familiar with. So right now, the store here in Greenfield is closed to the public, but they are still doing deliveries. They tell me normally on a normal day they have one big delivery a day, and now they're having to do multiple big deliveries every day, and they of course deliver for free, and of course it's always contactless. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
All right, Kelsey, thank you so much. It is 5:06 and Indigo is getting back to normal in one very important way. The agency will begin collecting fares again on Monday. Indigo suspended fares about a month ago as a safety precaution so riders would not have to interact with the fare box. Officials announcing they have installed plexiglass shields on buses and at the transit center to maintain social distancing. Customers will now be allowed to board as normal and pay as normal again. Again, that's set to start on Monday. Indianapolis Public Schools making a big investment in technology that kids can take home. IPS plans to buy 14,000 new Chromebooks for students in 3rd through 12th grade and 7,000 iPads for kindergarten through 2nd graders. The new equipment will cost $9 million and will allow the district to be better prepared for e-learning.
We want to make sure that we are equipped to be as nimble as possible because we don't know what the future looks like in terms of this health crisis. And if even when we are allowed to go back into our school facilities, that we won't have to, at some point in time, have our teachers and students back in their homes.
The goal is to be ready with all the new devices by the start of the new school year this fall. The district is also planning to spend an extra $3 million to deploy hotspot technology. Rafael Sanchez will have more on this story coming up at 6 o'clock. A new drive-through pantry in the Castleton area is giving away hundreds of free lunches in a pre-grand opening celebration later this morning. We told you earlier this week that Faith, Hope, and Love Community is opening the pantry at a former Starbucks location on East 82nd Street. So from 10:30 to noon, the group will hand out barbecue lunches. They include bread, chips, tortillas, drinks, and treats. Tomorrow they'll hold their official grand opening and will open every Saturday after that. You can find more information on the new pantry and other organizations offering meal assistance on our website. Just go to theindychannel.com. As folks are planning out their weekend, Todd, what can they expect outside in the forecast?
You know, it's a little chilly here this morning, but as you walk out the door and you feel that chill, which you obviously felt yesterday, don't be dismayed because unlike yesterday when we had the clouds and we had that chilly wind out of the northwest, today our temperatures are going to start to moderate very quickly. Now, of course, you have to wait for the sun to come up, and so we really won't see that warmth start until about 9-10 o'clock this morning, but once we get past that, that's when we'll see the temperatures quickly start to climb. There's just a little bit of lingering cloud cover still on the eastern side of the state from Fort Wayne over towards the Newcastle area, then down towards the Cincinnati area. But there's plenty of clear skies off to our west, and that's the sunshine we'll enjoy for today and for tomorrow. And with that sunshine, Lauren, look at these temperatures anywhere between 65 and 70 degrees for everybody today. Get outside for that walk. Enjoy the sunshine. Remember the sunscreen. We'll talk about the weekend forecast coming up in just a little bit.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Well, we are learning more about what led up to the shooting death of an Indianapolis postal worker. Coming up, what court documents are revealing about the shooter's alleged motive. And progress is being made to find a vaccine for COVID-19 when health experts say it could be ready for the public. And let's take a look right now from our camera pointing towards the JW Marriott, where it's lit up with Hoosier Heroes. We want to thank all of our frontline workers as they've been working to protect us, all the Hoosiers, and keep us safe. Also, all the essential workers who are going into work, keeping things moving and going here in Indiana. We'll be right back after the break. Stick around.
Tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
Welcome back. Here's a live look right now at traffic on your Friday morning. I-65 near 30th Street north of downtown. You can see traffic here on the north side is moving along up to speed, both northbound and southbound. Right now, no crashes around the metro area to slow down your commute. Well, this morning we are learning more about what led to a deadly shooting of a mail carrier on the east side of Indianapolis. 21-year-old Tony Cushingberry Mays is facing federal charges in the death of Angela Summers. According to court documents, he confronted Summers over a hold on his mail as she delivered mail on Denny Street Monday afternoon. Detectives say that Cushingberry Mays told them that he shot Summers after she sprayed him with mace during that confrontation. According to the Postal Service, his mail was being held after several reported issues with the dog at the home. At 5:13, Governor Eric Holcomb is ordering flags to fly at half-staff today to honor 2 prison officers who died from COVID-19. One of the guards worked at the Indiana Women's Prison on the west side of Indianapolis. The other worked at the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility in Carlisle, south of Terre Haute. At least 176 correctional employees have tested positive for the coronavirus in Indiana. There are 7 deaths and 346 positive cases among inmates. More states taking steps towards reopening during this COVID-19 outbreak. While some Americans are applauding these moves, others are concerned about the virus spreading further. John Lawrence reports.
There's a chance the U.S. will have a COVID-19 vaccine by January.
That's an assumption that it's going to be safe, that it's going to be effective, and that we're going to be able to do it quickly. I think each of those are not only feasible, but maybe likely.
While top infectious disease expert Dr. Anthony Fauci is optimistic, he admits that target date isn't set in stone.
I've been involved in vaccine work for decades. Not every vaccine that we went after worked.
Vaccine development is usually measured in years, not months.
You know, it's like running the quarter mile. You want to run faster, but you have to run the whole quarter mile. You certainly don't want to put an unsafe or an ineffective vaccine out to the populace.
The research continues as more than half of the United States start to partially reopen.
Discretion is given to the governors. They know their states. The mayors know their cities. So you want to give them a little wiggle room. But my recommendation is, don't wiggle too much.
While the reopening process will likely help the struggling U.S. economy start to rebound from the pandemic, some say doing so too soon may lead to problems.
Because people are going to go back to more association in some places in the country, it's very likely that there'll be future peaks as well.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The FDA has set the drug remdesivir on the fast track for approval after results show it helps fight COVID-19. On average, the drug sped up the virus recovery by 4 days. Once it's approved, the drug's maker, Gilead, says that it will donate its stock. And right now, the company has about 140,000 treatments made. It's aiming for 500,000 by October and 1 million by December. Although remdesivir does not cure COVID-19, it means 4 less days that people are in the hospital, less ventilators being used, and less time people have to quarantine after contracting the virus. U.S. health officials say remdesivir will become standard coronavirus treatment. A shipment of medical supplies sent from Turkey has arrived in the United States. The cargo contained 500,000 surgical masks, thousands of gowns, goggles, and more face shields. In a statement from the Turkish government, they said they are proud to support America's fight against the coronavirus. Turkey has also helped 55 other countries with supplies since the start of this pandemic. Boeing says it does not need any federal money to lift its suffering business. Boeing says it has received a $25 billion bond offer and does not need additional funds from the government or capital markets. Lawmakers set aside $17 billion for Boeing in the $2 trillion stimulus package President Trump signed into law. The company announcing earlier this week that they will have to cut 16,000 jobs because of this coronavirus crisis. And more U.S. airlines are now requiring passengers to wear face masks. United, Delta, and American all announcing that change on Thursday. The new policy starts May 4th for United and Delta and May 11th for American Airlines. United says it will provide free masks to passengers. JetBlue and Frontier have already made similar policy changes. All right, Todd, it is Friday. It is also May 1st. It doesn't necessarily feel like the month of May here in Indianapolis, but what can we expect in terms of our weather?
You know, obviously things are a little different now with the 500 being in August, but I couldn't resist putting the graphic up here with the checkered flag for the month of May, because eventually, right, we'll all get back to normal here in the coming years. So as I always like to do at the beginning of each month, I like to tell you exactly what you can expect on average for the month. So our average high for the day today is 68 degrees. By the time we get to the end of the month, the average high jumps up to 77. And what many people don't realize, on average, the month of May is the wettest month that we see the entire year. We average over 5 inches of rainfall or precipitation during the month of May. So many times people ask me, well, what's the best month to get married? And they always want to get married in May. And I tell them, well, just telling you, on average, that's the wettest month on the year. A lot of people think it's in July with thunderstorms. July is actually second. So that's a little bit of trivia for you here on this Friday. Temperatures this morning are on the cool side. 38 in Kokomo, 40 in Indianapolis, 45 is the current temperature in Bloomington. The skies are in the process of clearing out. A little bit of cloud cover still on the far eastern side of the state. If you are seeing that cloud cover, that will move out here this morning, and you'll get into the sunshine today as well. And then there's a lot of sunshine. Look at all these clear skies off to our west, and that's what we'll enjoy throughout the day today and for a good chunk of the day tomorrow as well. Temperatures today warm very quickly with the sunshine. We're going all the way up to the mid-50s already by the noon hour, and then high temperatures today should get up to about 66 to 67 degrees in the city. So for many of you, you're jumping about 25 to 30 degrees from this morning to where we will be later on this afternoon for your afternoon highs. Tomorrow, close to 80 degrees. It's a warm day for us with skies that'll be partly cloudy across the area, and so that'll be an opportunity to get out and about. There is some rain in the forecast, though, late Saturday into Sunday. Saturday, you don't have to worry about anything during the daytime hours. It comes in basically overnight as this front comes through. And I'm not completely sold on the placement of the rain that you see here. It's going to be a wave of rain moving along the front. So that placement might change, but the timing would be early Sunday into the afternoon hours. And then during the day, we'll see more in the way of sunshine develop across the area. So Sunday's forecast, I've moved up the rain to more of the morning hours than the later hours, but there will still be a lot of dry hours throughout the course of the day. A little cooler but dry with sunshine on Monday, scattered storms on Tuesday, and then just a little bit cooler, Lauren, for Wednesday and Thursday. But take advantage of today and tomorrow after that miserable day we had yesterday. We're getting paid back for it here for today and tomorrow with the sunshine in the warmer weather.
All right, Todd, great timing there. Thank you so much. Let's take a look right now at traffic. This is I-465 and West 10th Street over on the west side of town. No problems to slow down your commute here on the interstate, and that is great news. So let's take you across the city and go to I-74 Franklin Road here to our southeast side. You can see traffic there is moving along smoothly, both eastbound and westbound as well. We'll keep you updated on any delays in your Friday morning drive. Well, Walmart says it's expanding its delivery service as much as the country remains under the stay-at-home orders. In early May, the retailer's 2-hour express delivery will be available at nearly 1,000 stores. Walmart says it hopes to expand that to 2,000 stores in the coming weeks. 160,000 items are available with this service. The 2-hour delivery window costs an additional $10 over the current delivery fees. If you had tickets to a concert for an event that's now canceled, you may finally be able to get your money back. Ticketmaster will start sending emails to customers today about automatic refunds. You can also get a credit of 150% of the value of your ticket towards a future event. But if your event was rescheduled, you only have 30 days to request a refund once the new date is announced. AEG adopted a similar refund policy. It will also start sending emails today. NBA star LeBron James is revealing the title and logo for the new Space Jam movie. He posted this on his Twitter and Instagram accounts. It shows the movie's name will be Space Jam: A New Legacy. Warner Brothers also released this new poster on Thursday. USA Today reports the production took place last year for the sequel to the 1996 Michael Jordan movie. James teased on social media that the new Space Jam film will be out next year. Well, we've seen people all over the world show their appreciation for healthcare workers during this pandemic. After the break, the amazing light show one group put together to do just that. And here's a live look right now at traffic up on the north side, I-465 near Keystone Avenue, where things are picking up already early this Friday morning. Stick around. We'll be right back after this short break.
The RTV6 app.
RTV6 working for you.
Welcome back. It is 5:25. Here's a live look at traffic right now. So you're heading into the downtown area, I-65 near West Street and MLK. Traffic is moving along up to speed, both northbound and southbound. Just keep in mind, as you're heading into downtown, you will not be able to get on I-70 and take that to the east side. I-70 remains closed in both directions between the North Split and 465. A Philadelphia organization took to the skies to send thanks to medical workers on the front lines. Verge Aero created this incredible drone light show above city hospitals. They performed and the program display using 136 drones. They shined messages of hopes, thanks, and love in the night sky. Verge Aero also said they wanted to offer their resources to show solidarity to those fighting the coronavirus. Pretty cool. All right, Todd, as people look up in our skies today, I was just saying earlier this morning, the moon is really big and bright, so we have clear skies, and that's good news.
Yeah, clear skies today, and I'll point out tomorrow also with the reschedule of the flyover by the Indiana National Guard. The weather should be great for that as well. Temperatures this morning are our only real little issue, but it's only temporary here. 39 in Logansport, 38 in Kokomo, 45 in Bloomington this morning. Radar is quiet, and the satellite picture is quiet as well. Despite the chilly start, we'll see our temperatures moderate very, very quickly throughout the course of the morning. Sunrise officially at 6:45 today. Give it an hour or two for the sun to get higher up over the horizon, and that's when we'll start to see that warming. So from 9 o'clock onward, our temperatures will moderate pretty quickly across the area. There are some other temperatures in your neighborhoods, 45 in Bedford as well as Muncie. Your 7-day planning forecast shows tomorrow near 80 degrees with partly cloudy skies, some spotty showers in the forecast. Sunday in the morning hours, then sunshine in the afternoon, and then temperatures stay near average for Monday, dipping slightly below average as we work our way into the middle of next week.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. A number of gig workers say they've had trouble getting unemployment claims approved. Just ahead on Good Morning Indiana, we're getting answers on what you should do if your claim is denied. And here's a live look right now at traffic over on the southwest side, I-465 and Kentucky Avenue. Traffic is moving along up to speed around the metro area on your Friday morning. Stick around. We'll be right back.
NoDiabetesByHeart.org.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
The stay-at-home order in Indianapolis has been extended for another 2 weeks. Working for you this morning, we find out what that means for Simon Mall's plans to reopen this weekend. While most businesses are seeing a drop in sales, that's not the case for one Hancock County farmer. Our Kelsey Anderson shows us how today's new normal is leading to a boom in business for Tyner Pond Farm. But before we get to our top stories on this Friday, I want to welcome you into Good Morning Indiana. It is 5:30. I'm Lauren Casey, and Todd Clausen reporting from home for us, and he has some great news as we head into our Friday and our weekend. Hey, Todd.
Yeah, you know, Lauren, we are in great shape here going forward in this forecast. After yesterday with the clouds and the showers, today we get back in to that sunshine across central Indiana. And with that sunshine, we are going to be in much better shape. Take a look at the temperatures right now. We're in the 30s and 40s, so it's a little on the cool side this morning. There's no doubt about that. And you definitely need to have the jacket if you're going to be getting out early for that workout this morning. But the good news is the sun will help to warm our temperatures very, very quickly throughout the course of the morning hours. We'll dip down about 39 in the city by 7 a.m. Sunrise just before 7 o'clock, and then notice by 9 a.m. up to 45 degrees, and then we'll continue to warm from there. Just a little bit of cloud cover lingers on the far eastern side of the state. That is just about it, and here's your day as a whole as we work our way throughout this Friday. Mostly sunny skies. The winds is much calmer. We don't have to worry about that throughout the day today, so that is nice as temperatures will be climbing into the mid to upper 60s. Get out there and enjoy. More on the weekend forecast coming up in just a little bit. Lauren?
Todd, thanks. Let's take a look right now to our west. This is I-70, a little east of State Road 267. Traffic moving along on I-70 is traveling up to speed both eastbound and westbound. No delays to slow you down. So let's take you across town over to Hancock County. I-70 here, a view near State Road 9 where we have open interstates. Just keep in mind that I-70 is closed between downtown and I-465 on the east side in both directions for some major construction work by INDOT. Of course, we'll keep you updated on when those lanes chains will reopen during the month of May. Well, now, to get your family and you caught up on the latest with the coronavirus pandemic, let's take a look at those latest numbers. The state is now reporting more than 1,000 COVID-19 deaths in Indiana. There are also 669 new coronavirus cases reported. Nearly 18,000 Hoosiers have tested positive for COVID-19 since the pandemic began. Right now, Indiana's stay-at-home order is set to expire at midnight, but Governor Holcomb says he'll give an update on that this afternoon, including directives for the public and businesses. It's unclear if the stay-at-home order will be extended, lifted, or partially lifted. Yesterday, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogg said extended Marion County's stay-at-home order through at least May 15th. In light of Mayor Hogstad's announcement, Simon Malls now says it will not open its 3 malls in Indianapolis tomorrow. The company's chief administrative officer says that Simon is left with no choice due to the city's extension. That decision came hours after Marion County's top health official says she was very concerned with Simon's plans to reopen the malls this weekend. The company still plans to open 7 Indiana malls on Monday. Macy's will start reopening stores as early as next week. The retailer announcing plans to open 68 stores on a limited basis starting Monday. Macy's CEO of stores says in states easing social distancing like Georgia, South Carolina, and Tennessee, those stores will open first. All 775 Macy's stores could be up and running in the next 6 weeks. That's according to leaders at the retail giant. As Indiana businesses begin to start the process of reopening, one local meat farmer says business has been booming, and he's hoping that it stays that way once the world goes back to normal. Our Kelsey Anderson is joining us live right now from Hancock County. Kelsey, good morning. This is all about shopping local.
Yeah, that's right, Lauren. Hey, and good morning to you also. So here at Tyner Pond Farms, they've been having consistent business for the last 10 years. They have the loyal customers, the occasional new neighbor, but now with large meat production companies having to close temporarily, more people are looking for locally sourced meat.
We raise the animals, we process the animals, and we sell direct to the consumer.
At Tyner Pond Farm, the supply can't keep up with the demand.
Yes, we're up almost 5 times what we were this time last year.
Chris Baggett owns the farm and says the current pandemic has had a positive impact on business.
It's really accelerated the move for people to buy online. We deliver for free, and that business has just exploded.
It's grown so much that they are now partnering with other farms so they can fulfill orders and help other farmers in the process.
And a lot of farmers are a little bit in a jam. For example, one of our partners is Gunthrop Farms. They're a great poultry operation, really ethical, amazing products, but they really tend to target restaurants. So now they have all this restaurant packaged product that they can't sell.
Baggett says they make sure the farmers they partner with have the same ethics as them.
Pasture raised, no antibiotics, no drugs of any kind, animals raised outdoors.
Baggett wants to remind his current and future customers they might not always have the cut of the meat you're looking for.
We take animals into process once a week. They come back once a week, and we've been selling out very quickly. And what I encourage people to do is try cuts of meat you're unfamiliar with.
So you don't have to order a lot to work with Tyner Pond Farms. He says the average customer spends about $30 to $35. And of course, they do free delivery, and the delivery drivers wear N95 masks, and it's always contactless. Reporting live, Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
All right, Kelsey, thank you so much. Well, no matter when they're allowed to reopen, a local restaurant chain will be ready with extra safety precautions in place. Scott Wolf owns 7 restaurants in Hamilton County, including Wolfie's locations. He says making sure staff members and customers feel safe is a top priority. There will be changes you'll notice, like tables spread out at least 6 feet apart, and changes you're not going to notice, like the workers taking their temperatures daily.
We understand how important this is to open up the right way. It's so important that we exceed and excel in making sure that we're following all the guidelines and that we're communicating to our employees and our customers that it's going to be safe to go out.
Waiting for a table will also be different to prevent people from standing around in a small area. Wolf says that his restaurants will have staging locations monitored by employees. Once those fill up, guests will be required to wait in their cars. Saturday, Marion University will hold a virtual commencement ceremony for the more than 1,000 graduates in the class of 2020. At noon, a ceremony for undergrads will be live streamed, and then at 3, a second ceremony for graduate students and those from the school's College of Osteopathic Medicine will be live streamed. The virtual ceremony ceremonies will include all the pomp and circumstance of a live commencement, including speakers, the reading of graduate names, and an invocation from Archbishop Charles Thompson from the Archdiocese of Indianapolis. We have more information on how to access all of the activities on the IndyChannel.com. It is time now to turn to our Friday forecast. Todd Clausen is standing by with some good news for all of us.
Yeah, yesterday, Lauren, there was no way you were working on the patio outside here during quarantine with the wind that we had and also the chilly temperatures. Well, today you could take that work back out to the patio if you choose to do so, as temperatures will be climbing quickly up into the 60s. So you may want to give it a couple hours here this morning to start to warm. But by, I would say, mid-morning, especially if you are in the sunshine, you'll be able to get out there. And then everybody, as we work our way into the evening hours, will enjoy the nice, mild seasonable air that will be in place. Our average high this time of year is 68 degrees, so we're right on track for that later on today. So we're dry today, we're dry tomorrow, but rain chances do arrive back in the forecast on Sunday. They're early in the morning on Sunday. The day is not a complete washout. We'll talk about those rain chances and look at the rest of your 7-day planning forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Hundreds of amusement park fans have filed complaints against the previous owners of Indiana Beach, saying they bought season passes only to learn the park would close. Straight ahead, what these legal issues could mean for the park's new owner. And ride-sharing service Lyft is shaking up its staff because of COVID-19. Coming up, what you need to know about the changes if you drive with the company. It is 5:39. Let's take a live look outside right now. The American flag flying over downtown. We have beautiful clear skies out there, as you can see. We're going to continue to check in on our forecast and have more on the stay-at-home order here in Marion County. That's all coming up on Good Morning Indiana. Stick around.
FDA approved for over 20 years.
Hundreds of amusement park fans have filed complaints with the Indiana Attorney General against the previous owners of Indiana Beach. Those Indiana consumers say they bought season passes only to learn the park would close. Call 6 Investigates' Kara Kenny has been digging into this and found out what the new ownership could mean for the people left in the lurch.
Lisa's story has been coming to Indiana Beach since she was a little kid and now brings her own family to the Monticello amusement park.
We love the roller coasters, but Falling Star is probably our favorite.
Josh Bauscher feels the same way about Indiana Beach.
It was a cheap way for a middle-class family to have entertainment, you know, all throughout the summer for your kids. And then I was able to do that with my kids over the last couple years.
They spent hundreds of dollars on 2020 season passes. But in February, Apex Parks Groups announced it would close Indiana Beach, leaving customers like Lisa and Josh in limbo.
It kind of hit me later that I'd spent all that money and I wasn't going to be able to utilize those passes.
We talked to them in March before the COVID-19 pandemic and social distancing came about.
We contacted the Attorney Generals, and then we contacted you guys for help.
After Lisa reached out to Call 6 Investigates, we started digging and found more than 200 complaints filed with the Indiana Attorney General's office against Apex Parks regarding refunds for passes and campsites. Paul Wenthold and Damon Downey of West Lafayette also filed complaints with the state.
They're taking my money and not providing any service.
Why file a complaint?
For me, it's completely about the principle. You know, $120 is $120, but it's about the principle.
On April 23rd, White County officials announced Indiana Beach has a new owner, Chicago businessman Gene Staples. Call 6 Investigates did some checking and found the new owner will honor 2020 season passes. That means Lisa, Josh, Paul, Damon, and hundreds of other park goers won't need refunds after all. Their complaints remain open with the Attorney General's office, who will work to resolve their concerns with Apex. We followed up with them via phone, and they're all ecstatic the park will remain open and their passes will be honored.
This place has been open since 1926, so it's definitely a huge part of our community here.
They're looking forward to countless fun summers ahead. Kara Kenny, RTV6.
Kara, thank you. Season passes cost about $40 each under Apex Parks. We reached out to the previous and current owners of Indiana Beach. They didn't get back with us, though, on our interview request. We'll continue to reach out about plans to operate this summer as the pandemic continues. We do want to take a turn right now to our forecast. If you're trying to get outside, maybe for some family fun, Todd, today would be a great day to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we get the warmth back today as it becomes a pretty seasonable day, and we also get the sunshine back, and those are two big components that go into a pretty nice day for us. So this morning it's a little chilly, but we will warm up very quick. That is the good news throughout the day today, and it becomes seasonable as well with high temperatures in the upper 60s. And as we look ahead to the weekend, there's a small chance, or a small window of rain, I should say, of opportunity as we get into the day on Sunday. Here are those temperatures this morning. 38 in Kokomo, 40 in Indianapolis, 45 is the current temperature in Bloomington. And throughout the day, here's your hour-by-hour temperature breakdown. We'll go from about 40 degrees at 7 a.m. to 60 degrees by the time we get to 1 p.m. So it's about a 20-degree jump throughout the morning into the early afternoon hours. Then we'll continue to warm to high temperatures. That'll be right around 66 to 67 degrees. Our average high at this time of year is 68, so we're right on track for that later on today. Now, there's a little bit of lingering cloud cover for those of you who live on the eastern side of the state, Muncie, over into Anderson, and then over to Richmond, down towards Rushville. Those clouds will start to move out, though, as that area of low pressure, which was just such a slow mover that kept us with the clouds and the showers for the day on Wednesday and Thursday, finally makes its way off towards the east. And to the west, you'll see the clear skies that we'll enjoy this afternoon and for the day tomorrow. So temperatures again today will be climbing to near 67 degrees later on this afternoon. This evening sunset, that is at 8:40 p.m. Should be a nice sunset across the area. Temperatures slowly cool back down into the 50s as we get into the 10 o'clock hour. Here's your weekend forecast. Tomorrow's the warmer day as we push 80 degrees in many locations. It does turn a little breezy tomorrow and skies will be partly cloudy, but all in all, it's a very, very nice day for us. Sunday, there'll be some storms early in the morning, and then as we work our way into the afternoon hours, we'll see some clearing take place across the area. So it's definitely not a washout on Sunday, just some chances of showers and a few storms possible Sunday morning. And then once we get to Monday, slightly cooler, 70 degrees, some more storms in the forecast with another cold front on Tuesday. Behind that cold front, temperatures do dip back down about 60 degrees on Wednesday, but the sun getting stronger this time of year, Lauren. So you notice the difference. Yesterday, upper 40s with clouds, 60 with sunshine. Even though that's below normal, won't be all that bad.
All right, Todd, thanks so much. Let's take a look right now at traffic. This is on the north side at I-465 and Ditch Road. You can see interstate traffic is moving along smoothly, both eastbound and westbound. I want to make you aware of some construction changes in this area set for today. The last 2 days, we were set to have work on that Ditch Road bridge. We told you about that each morning over I-465. It was all weather dependent, and due to the rainy weather we had out there in the wet roads, they were not able to do that asphalt and sidewalk work that they were expecting. So they have moved that work to today, Saturday, and Sunday. Expect the bridge to be closed between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. for that construction work, and we'll keep you updated if there are any other changes we learn about. But since Todd said the weather is supposed to be dry and nice most of that time, we are expecting that work to be on schedule. Ride-sharing service Lyft is shaking up its staff because of COVID-19. The company says it plans to lay off nearly 1,000 staffers and furlough almost 300 more. In addition, Lyft is reducing salaries for employees, including a 30% cut for executive leadership and 20% for vice presidents. Since people aren't using its services as much during this pandemic, Lyft says it's trying to cut expenses. Lyft's rival, Uber, is also considering layoffs. It is National Decision Day, and the traditional deadline for high school seniors to make their final choice on their college or university is today. And due to all the uncertainty surrounding the pandemic, many schools have pushed that deadline back to June 1st. About 1 in 6 graduating seniors say they'll likely take a gap year instead of going to the school in the fall. 63% said they're not sure if they'll be able to get their first choice school. 21% of those students said it was no longer affordable. 12% gave personal or family health reasons. If students plan to take a gap year, school counselors advise using that time for something constructive.
In finding your passion, let's also build in the skills that are going to make you more marketable and make you more valuable to potential employers.
Well, Heckman says the biggest concern is some students may lose motivation and never go back to their original plan. Well, you can't pick a 7-10 split right now, but you can pick up some tasty pizza and help out a local community. Just after the break, how this Beach Grove Bowl is continuing to serve their local community. It's 5:50. Stick around. We'll be right back.
At nbcf.org/hope.
Welcome back. The time right now is 5:53, and here's a live look from our photographer, Shay Goodpaster, in the parking lot there of Long's Bakery. We know they opened their doors around 5:30 this morning after being closed for a while due to the pandemic. They're only letting about four customers in the store at a time. You can see a line is forming. You may want to give a little more space between you and the person in front of you. Some folks doing that, as you can see. But a lot of people here in the Indianapolis area excited that this popular donut shop is back running this morning. At 5:53, whether it's a league night or maybe just a night out with friends, for many of us, bowling is a fun way to spend an evening. But until those lanes are officially reopened, alleys are having to hang on in other ways. This morning, our Brad Brown shows us how Beech Grove is continuing to support a local favorite.
It's not supposed to be this quiet.
When it's been 3 or 4 weeks and no sound, it's out there.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For decades, Beech Grove has seen these lanes busy until now.
We haven't closed our doors even in tornadoes and things like that, winter ice storms. So to look at them and say, hey, it's done,
Scott Seach has owned Beech Grove Bowl for more than 20 years. The building's been in the heart of downtown BG for more than 70. Not being open is something not often seen here.
We get at least a couple of phone calls every day. Are you open for bowling? Can we come bowl? So our regulars are just dying. All of us, we're all bowlers. We all want to bowl.
But Scott and his crew have kept the alley's small kitchen going, putting out pizzas and calzones by the dozen, keeping the locals in the loop.
We have a sheeted dough that we were using to make cheese breads out of. Stuffed it, folded it over, and cooked it, and it worked. And we put it on the menu, and it's fastly become our #1 seller. I've actually been in airports in other cities and had people see my shirt and say, oh, I love your calzone.
BG Bowl also has a relief fund for those in need.
We pretty much posted, if you're hungry, out of work, need food, give us a call. We can use that fund to buy you dinner. So it started with $300. There's $900 in it now. We spent over $1,500 out of it. Every time something like this has happened, the ice storms and things like that, this whole community pulls together.
Hopefully soon the pins will fall here again.
My people are working. I'm working. We know that there's a lot of people who aren't working at all. So, your restaurants, they're there. They know when you need, and we're trying to help as much as we can.
Scott is making some upgrades at Beech Grove Bowl that includes digital ball tracers and alley projection systems. Some very cool stuff there. He also partners with the Didion family in owning All-Star Bowl over on Indy's east side. They're making some renovations there as well. Of course, bowlers all over the Hoosier State are hoping to be back on the lanes soon. Working for you, Brad Brown, RTV6.
All right, Todd. Brad Brown always making us hungry at these early morning hours with those stories. And that calzone looks so good. I know, Todd, you're a bowler, so you're probably ready to get back out there.
Yeah. I bowl more in the winter when it's colder because you're indoors. Once the weather starts to turn, it's more outdoor activities. But I think the diehard bowlers looking forward to getting back. And of course, you can get on the golf course today. That's an option for you in some locations, at least. With the sunny skies and temperatures today, that'll be hovering right around 40 degrees throughout the 9 o'clock hour. And then we'll start to moderate these temperatures pretty quickly going forward throughout the day. And highs eventually will be topping off anywhere from 65 to 70 degrees, depending where you live. In fact, to the west, where you get into the sunshine right away this morning, temperatures could be even a little bit warmer. So overall, it's going to be a very, very nice day. We'll talk more about your extended forecast coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues.